Look on the screen. Look on the screen. Here's another picture of this homicidal maniac thing. Pasty, Inferior, low vibrational white supremacist Dusty Dan. Yep, he's the alleged killing man in Buffalo. Look at this thing. Look at this trash. But I guess he would also be considered a friend of the Dusties. Why? They have one thing in common: killing Black people. So check out the thing on the screen, and then I want you like for you to also look at a clip regarding a Black man that talked to this animal in human form. Okay, let's check it out. Fair use, prayers out to the families. Check it out, people.
Shattered by an individual, a white supremacist who has engaged in an act of terrorism.
This was pure evil. It was straight up racially motivated hate crime from somebody outside of our community, outside of the city of good neighbors.
Good evening to you. Buffalo is in mourning tonight after a gunman opened fire at the Top supermarket on Jefferson Avenue.
10 people were shot and killed. 3 were taken to the hospital with gunshot wounds. 4 employees were shot. 1 died. That was Aaron Salter, a former Buffalo police lieutenant who was working security. We've also confirmed that Ruth Whitfield, the mother of former Buffalo Fire Commissioner Garnell Whitfield, also died in that mass shooting. This is video of the scene earlier today. You can see several first responders rushing to the scene. The shooting happened around 2:30 this afternoon.
The suspect has been identified as Peyton Gendron. He was arraigned downtown tonight. Gendron is 18 years old. He is from Conklin, New York, which is near Binghamton. News 4's Marley Tuskus has been on the scene all afternoon and evening for us. She joins us now. Marley.
Don and Jackie, this is still very much an active scene. All of the hours later, I'm going to step out of the way and have my photographer, Allison, show you guys what the scene still looks like at this hour. We still have the area blocked off surrounding the Tops here on Jefferson Avenue. Police are continuing to direct traffic away from this area, though we did just see some cars, or rather people being able to get into the parking lot to get their cars and drive them out. We also saw what appeared based on social media videos that we saw the suspect's car getting towed out of the parking lot. People have also started a candlelight vigil across the street from the Tops. Just even in the past hour, the amount of candles and cards and flowers has really just grown. Again, this happened hours ago and the scene is still active. People are still here mourning outside of it. Just a breakdown of what we know at this hour. According to Buffalo Police Commissioner, Joseph Gramaglia, this all unfolded around 2:30 this afternoon when the suspect, who we have learned is 18-year-old Peyton Gendron, drove all the way to the Tops parking lot here on Jefferson Avenue. That's when he shot a total of 13 people, 4 outside in the park, 9 inside. Buffalo police tell us 4 of the victims are Tops employees, including a retired Buffalo police officer who you both just noted. He was working as a security guard for the store here today. In total, 10 people were killed. Erie County District Attorney John Flynn charged Gendron with murder in the first degree. That's the highest murder charge here in New York State. It carries a sentence of life without parole. While Flynn says there will likely be additional charges, he did want to see Gendron behind bars as soon as possible.
And that charge of murder in the first degree carries with it a life without parole sentence. Now, there are 2 aspects of the murder in the first degree charge that potentially could be charged here. The one obviously is crystal clear right now. There is a certain subdivision of the murder in the first degree that accounts for multiple individuals getting shot and killed, which is what we have here.
New York State Hate Crime Task Force. Although officials would not get into detail of what evidence they have that makes this a hate crime, Commissioner Gramalia says 11 of the victims were Black while 2 were white. Now, Governor Kathy Hochul did not mince words earlier when we heard from her. She says that this is a hate crime. She's calling Gendron a white supremacist. She said this is an act of domestic terrorism. She was the one that directed the state's hate crime task force into investigating this. We did just hear a soundbite from John Flynn, who talked about the 2 aspects of the first-degree murder charge. The second aspect of that would include racially motivated or hate crime aspect. So we will await to hear if those charges will be added, and we will also wait to hear if there will be a felony hearing, though one is scheduled for later in this week. As for now, reporting live outside of the Tops on Jefferson Ave, Marley Tuskus, News 4.
Now, also reported, let's see here, a Black man noticed this white supremacist animal in human form, and he said he was wearing a t-shirt, Genius. So let's go ahead and look at this interview, fair use.
Story since we first came on the air, and it was about this man here, Grady Lewis. You were in that Tops earlier this afternoon. We're going to get to that story, but you told me just a few moments ago that you actually spoke with the suspect yesterday. He was here. Tell me more about that.
I seen him, and he looked strange in the neighborhood, but he had a Genius shirt on, so I wanted to see if he was a genius. And we sat and talked about string theory, critical race theory, beginning of civilization, and he seemed like he was a genius, actually. He said he came up just to see the countryside, and he was going to go out camping. He bought a big jug of water. He had a little nervous twitch to him. I bought him something to drink, and we sat and talked for about an hour and 45 minutes after seeing the pictures and seeing the blue car that I seen him got into yesterday. So it's a shock right now, and he told me his name was Peyton. So it's a shock.
And we did see a blue car get taken away from this scene just about a half hour or so ago. And you were saying that you were speaking with him on a bench that's located outside of this Tops.
Yes.
That's the bench that earlier today, when I first got here, you were the first person I spoke to. You were telling me that bench is your office.
Yes.
And you usually like to stop and sit there and talk to people that are passing by. Today, you didn't stop.
Yes.
So walk me through your afternoon here at the Tops.
Well, I went in there and got me some a juice, and I didn't want to sit there today, so I walked across the street and I opened up my juice, and as I opened up my juice, I heard what I knew wasn't a firecracker, and I looked up and I seen a guy shooting people. Then I seen a security guard run inside, and then I seen him going after him, shooting. And I saw him come back out, and he had all camouflage on, and glasses and helmet, and then he put the gun to his head, and he dropped it. He took off his gloves. He took off his gun. He put it down. He took off his vest, and then he got on his knees and laid down and put his hands behind his back, and they arrested him at that point.
And the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, you were telling me about the security guard, the former Buffalo police officer who has tragically died in this incident. You were telling me today he told you no lingering around the store. We gotta keep it clear.
Yes.
You credited that man with saving your life.
Yes, I heard him say to someone, "There's no lingering around the store." So me knowing that he was a Buffalo police officer, I never really wanted to give him an opportunity to say anything to me. So when I do go, I shop and I leave. And that's the reason why I left, because I heard him tell people that a couple times. So you don't really got to tell me something 4 or 5 times for me to understand. And from what I heard, he went back and he shot at him when he went in the store. So yeah, but if he wasn't there, I would have been sitting there. So I'm definitely thankful that I heard him say that. Yes, I'm definitely thankful to Mr. Salters. Yes, definitely.
Well, Mr. Lewis, thank you so much.
So you think about that. And when he made that statement about hearing saying no lingering around the store, just kind of changing course. I thought about that and I was like, wow, some of those youngsters, some of the youngsters who like to defy, I thought about that. If they had still been, they would have more than likely still sat there because, again, they like to defy. And more than likely, Pasty Butt, the white supremacist man, Pasty ass, would have more than likely shot him. And a lot of our people go, oh, I mean, and this is horrible. It is truly a hate crime. When they took him alive, yeah, I kind of figured it was Dusty Dan. Oh, yeah, out of all this carnage, I thought, oh, he was arrested. Dusty Dan, the killing man. I hope he doesn't need life. I hope the worst thing happens to him. He doesn't deserve to breathe, and I don't want to pay for his monkey ass. I really don't. And it shows you how hard it is in America, especially for Black people, because think about it. You're going to get it both ways. Dusty Dan the killing man, and then you got your own chocolate drops that make the block hot. So people are saying, oh, they're always complaining, walk in our shoes, and then we can talk about it, boo. So you have it from both directions. Dominant society, some nut so-called white supremacists, which he's an inferior low vibrational man, and then you have your own. And you wonder why it's extra stressful. Oh, and as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and look at this article that I saw about this animal. His mother, yeah, you made a mistake here on this piece of trash. But again, behavior is learned, so I wouldn't be surprised. Backwoods Becky, that's done hashed this trash. So here we have the aftermath of people there looking for their loved ones. It's also a report that he may have streamed this. Check it out for you. So white gunman live stream. Yes. A white gunman live streamed a racially motivated mass shooting online, showing himself killing 10 people and wounding 3 others Saturday at a Buffalo, New York supermarket in a historically Black neighborhood. The suspect has been identified as Peyton Gendron, 18, of Conklin, New York. According to witnesses and law enforcement, the gunman was dressed in body armor and armed with a high-powered rifle as he live streamed the massacre. Investigators were reviewing a hate-filled manifesto the suspect apparently posted online. U.S. Rep. Brian Higgins, whose district includes parts of Buffalo, said the gunman had a racial epithet on his rifle. It was straight up a racially motivated hate crime, Erie County Sheriff John Garcia told reporters. The FBI is investigating this both as a hate crime and racially motivated violent extremism, said Stephen Bologna, a special agent in charge of Buffalo. He said the investigation was the number one priority of the Department of Justice. Of the 13 victims, 11 are Black and 2 are white, according to Buffalo Police Commissioner Joseph Gramaglia. So this trash right here, innocent people are gone, but we got this heathen right here. Again, he doesn't deserve to breathe as far as I'm concerned. I wish the absolute worst could happen to him. Now, also, let's see here. They said he live streamed it and that someone turned him in. And it was actually posted on Twitch. Here, it says about 20 people saw the live stream, which lasted 30 seconds on the broadcasting app Twitch, according to law enforcement. One of the viewers immediately alerted authorities. The Twitch page has since been taken down by the provider. In one segment of the video, the shooter is heard saying to himself and to his followers, "You just got to go for it," as his car approached the top supermarket on Saturday afternoon. New York Governor Kathy Hochul described the mass killing as military-style execution, targeting people who simply want to go to buy groceries in the neighborhood store. This heathen right here. This piece of trash. I hope the worst happens to him and his supporters. I really do. He's not worthy of breathing. He doesn't deserve to breathe, as far as I'm concerned. So this is why it is very difficult in this country as a minority. You have to deal with it from both sides. You got pasty ass over here, then you got your own little Tyrone doing wrong. You see what I'm saying? From both angles. Both angles. He planned this for him to drive hours. Oh, that's premeditated. And live streamed it. I hope he's not isolated or protected. He needs to be in population, however that may go. I'm not sure that is specifically for prison or in jail. But I hope he gets the worst that can happen. I hope they put that work in. The worst that can happen. That can happen. I hope it happens so on a daily, every hour. Dusty Dan, the inferior, pasty ass killing POS man. Dusty's, you know what they do? They bring drama, death, and trauma. The financial implications, all the death, all the carnage, innocent people just wanting to buy groceries. The families, hundreds, thousands that are adversely affected, all because Dusty Dan, pasty man, again, he streamed it. He wants attention. Dusty Dan, the killing man. Dusty's bring drama, death, and trauma. The financial implications, the funerals, loss of lives, loss of income, the trauma. People losing their loved ones, having to deal with that, get that horrible call. You have your normal life, now you get a call. Dusty Dan, this POS, piece of shit. Other financial implications. You see all those cops out there, the police, they have to work the scene. People's lives disrupted, can't move their cars till if there's a clearance. Now the store being shut down, got to process that. Some of the workers killed, other people psychologically affected. You're just supposed to go back to work the next day or so as if nothing happened. All because somebody gave birth to Dusty Dan and the decision that he made. As far as I'm concerned, I wish he wasn't on planet Earth. And whatever ratchet home that he comes from, people like him, again, as far as I'm concerned, they don't belong on planet Earth. But now other people are affected because of your poison. The fact that you exist, other people are adversely affected. And then we gotta pay to house this thing. Woo, I would love to take this off, whatever kind of little chain they got him, and we can put it someplace else. You all take a guess. I would love to take this off and put it someplace else. Take a wild guess. The financial implications is too much dust in the nation. And think, out of 30 people watching it, only one person called it in now and alerted authorities. Only one, which tells you the sick society that we live in. And I bet the rest of them probably all piece of shit white supremacists as well. The sick society that we live in. I'm willing to bet you, that's my opinion on it. Wanting to see it, watching it, and enjoying it. Oh, yeah. Out of about 30 people watching it, one person alerted authorities. One person had the decency. Oh my gosh, look what's happening. One person. What were the rest doing? Watching, enjoying it, wanting to see it. Just like that with our Aubrey. One person called it in. The rest were enjoying it. And then here's the sad part. If you look at it. The sad part is, Out of all of that, Dusty dead, this pasty ass white supremacist man, out of all of that, let's say some of the ones sitting up there watching and enjoying it. You know what the sad thing is? The hood is so stupid. Those same people, they can sit up and smile and come to the BC, and next thing you know, set up a business, and then, oh my goodness, the more they can get rich. And then when things like this happen, our people, sometimes we don't want to think this far. Things like this happen. Oh, they got to go GoFundMe. They're raising so much money for that. Yeah, it might be the same one that your monkey behind that you patronize. But then you see a black person. Oh, I don't want to do that. Like my homegirl. I think like things like that. Our people have sometimes limited thinking. We don't see that part. Oh yeah, you be sitting up there patronizing them and just loving them, and they smile at me and I likes them, and they'll be the same ones got a business in your hood. Cause let's be real, our people they do love white supremacists. Oh my God, they in love with it. Most of our people are. You try to tear it down today, you don't have to worry about Dusty Dan, this pasty thing. It'll be, oh no, you ain't finna knock that down. No. It's a joke. It's not funny. I guarantee you, out of all this, he could set up a shop tomorrow in the BC, and he'll outsell anybody black like you and me any day of the week. Any day of the week. So it just shows you we have a really sick, demented. A lot of people in society, minds are just sick. Minds are just sick. So 30 people watching, one turned them in. The others enjoying it, wanting to see it. Sick society. So yes, this here, only good news I could hear about this here, and hearts and prayers out to the family, would be to hear that he is found no longer here. No longer breathing. That'll be fine with me and the rest of the heathens. Anyway, not good news to hear on a Sunday. To all the beautiful people, all nationalities, stay safe, be aware. Unless you're new to the channel, you already know it's too much dust out there. Anyway, feel free to like, dislike the channel, the video, subscribe. Also check out the sister channel about those comments. Thanks for listening. Look forward to your comments, and I'm out.